Hello and welcome to a new video here on my channel, here at commaik. In this video I would like to give a brief overview of the construction of my pool terrace. The terrace is now 3 years old and is made of BPC wood. I just want to show how I built the terrace. I also give a brief conclusion about the properties that I can absolutely and definitely recommend, and talk about aspects that do not work at all. Stay tuned, it's about to start. This pool terrace has been beautifully and seamlessly built into the slope. The right side is constructed at approximately ground level, and the left side is elevated to a height of around 1.50 meters in the air. I installed it very carefully with a substructure, constructed partly with Douglas fir wood and partly with materials such as WPC. The boards are made of WPC or BPC. This is a plastic wood mixture. BPC stands for Bamboo Plastic Composites. In my opinion, BPC indeed has many advantages. Whether hot or cold, whether wet or dry, in any weather or climate or circumstance, there are no splinters. This material is really very robust. WPC and BPC wood are available in a variety of colors, designs and patterns. I built my first terrace with WPC wood some time ago. It is now entering its 10th year. There it is regular wood, here it is BPC. Instead of wood, bamboo was used. The material is a great thing, a nice idea to reuse waste from the wood industry. One of the things that I really dislike when I compare BPC to WPC is the fact that BPC simply does not have the same level of robustness or durability, although it was extremely and undeniably also very expensive. What is very clearly visible here is, despite rafter spacings of approximately just about 40 centimeters and a board thickness of approximately 25 or 27 millimeter, the planks are sagging. When exposed to high temperatures and direct sunlight, the boards are prone to developing noticeable dents. This happens because the intense heat causes the material to. That has never happened to me with WPC wood. There, I even chose distances of approximately 50 centimeters very carefully and precisely. There are absolutely no dents. This only happened with the BPC wood. I am very disappointed about that. But that is also the only disadvantage I can identify here. Otherwise, I am very satisfied. BPC and WPC are unlikely to be low maintenance. The assembly and fastening are also very simple. You don't see anything here that indicates a fastening. I like that better. Of course, you can install the screws visibly from above, as is often done with terraces made from precious woods. It looks elegant. As I move the camera closer, you can see the clips that hold the boards in place. These brackets are carefully and precisely installed between the boards. The terrace is installed as a floating structure. It looks absolutely clean and tidy. I really like it very much indeed. So much. A lot. The terrace is now 3 years old. This is also the third winter that is coming. I am considering whether I should tear everything out again, and then I will completely rebuild everything. The reason is quite simple. I excavated this area next to the pool and filled it with frost protection material and compacted it. I have smoothed out the gravel on top. In total, there is 40 to 50 centimeters of gravel here. Above that indeed lies the laying gravel. In the gravel area, I have carefully laid down BPC woods in order to securely fasten and stabilize the planks, ensuring they remain in place. The woods are additionally supported with stone slabs to prevent sinking. Nevertheless, the boards droop downwards in a way that is quite noticeable between the rafters. This is absolutely not acceptable for the price I paid. The BPC counter battens are hollow. Despite the fact that the battens have a slope from right to left, away from the pool, water has gradually accumulated and moisture has built up in the various cavities over the winter. As a result, some of these woods have fractured in frost, The BPC boards are fine, they are not the problem. If the substructure is damaged, the boards will not last forever and require regular maintenance. At prices of 5 to 6 euros per linear meter, I simply expect better quality. Even if water gets in, it still has to hold. That is no longer the standard in today's time. Therefore, I am seriously and carefully contemplating tearing everything out and rebuilding it. Then it will likely be an aluminum structure. Considering the long-term benefits, although this option, although initially more costly, will be considerably more expensive in terms of durability and performance, it should hold up better. Here you can clearly see the wooden beams. I am using locally sourced Douglas fir here. It comes from altitudes of over 1000 meters. Douglas fir is relatively robust. I do not need to treat it. The construction is well ventilated. I have no problems with mold and rot. Douglas fir, however, remains over time. The color changes to silver. That doesn't bother me. No one sees that. It's a substructure. I carefully and securely screwed the BPC boards onto these timbers using the appropriate tools to ensure stability and durability. This is exactly what they look like. As you can see, I cannot recommend them. You should stay away from that. I am incredibly disappointed with the frost resistance. What is even more frustrating indeed is, and I noticed this during the assembly, that these brackets you see here, the brackets, which are essential components in the structure, play a crucial role in ensuring that the spacing between elements is precise and the height is maintained accurately. This precision is vital for the overall stability and appearance of the construction, preventing any misalignment or imbalance that could lead to structural issues. The screws in the brackets only go 1 cm into the battens. When using the cordless screwdriver, it is essential to understand that even on the lowest setting 1, while screwing, the screws, which are not very effective, partially just tear the plastic out, causing some damage. The boards are 4 meters to 5 meters long. A board needs a bracket every 40 centimeters, and all the brackets must be screwed in by hand. Because the cordless screwdriver is extremely powerful, even on level 1, and surprisingly, even more powerful than expected for such a small tool, the screws are spinning in the plastic. I bought the wrong ones. That was my mistake. At this particular point in time, I can only caution and advise you, choose to seriously consider a better system. I will most likely transition over to an aluminum system in the near future. I swing the camera to this area. Here, I am building a new terrace with a garden kitchen. The slope is held in place by gabions. I carefully excavated this area and installed KG pipes. The pipes are embedded in the ground about approximately 1 meter deep. 2 cross beams, which are specifically made of Douglas fir, will then carefully and securely come over these KG pipes in place. Additionally, it is important to note that on top of that, there will be a counter batten structure made of Douglas fir or aluminum. The counter battens are then directly connected to the battens of the pool terrace. This allows me to build the pool terrace at a height above the gabions, which is crucial for the overall design. Then I have an absolutely beautiful and large pool terrace, which is perfect for relaxing and enjoying the view. However, I am still not sure if I should perhaps consider installing a ready-made aluminum system instead. Such a system is indeed expensive, especially for a large area, but I definitely think in the long run, aluminum is simply more robust and stable. I don't know it and haven't seen it live yet. If you have experience with it and you have installed such a system and for over 1 to 2 years, if you can share experience, please share about it. Please write your comments below. Maybe you can also give me a recommendation. This is what the terrace looks like from the other side. I built a small staircase here to certainly get under the terrace. Here I have carefully and securely hung a protective grid so that no leaves are blown onto the terrace, ensuring that everything remains clean and tidy and the area stays neat. I have large trees, shrubs and various other plants and greenery in the surroundings. In the past the leaves used to blow in here. They would then rot. Now I have indeed safely, securely and absolutely completely protected the whole thing with this net. Here you can see how I carried out my process of construction. The whole thing down here is not built and designed to be especially age appropriate and intended for young audiences. The height is approximately 1.50 meters. I can still move around well, but it is quite tight. I currently have access to my skimmer and the drain pipe. I have access to the power supply for my LED pool lamp, which I use regularly and is essential for its operation, which is crucial for its functionality. Up here I have very carefully and extremely securely and safely secured the PE water pipes for my garden irrigation and pool supply. There are the empty conduits for the electrical wiring. Everything is absolutely well hidden, and yet conveniently accessible at any time. I can recommend that. It works very well. The ground still indeed belongs to the pool's base slab. I didn't actually build that myself. It was done with a concrete pump by a company. In the back you can see the extensions of my retaining wall. I constructed further with the formwork stones from the retaining wall and other materials. Behind it on the right is my gabion wall, a sturdy structure on these formwork stones, which are filled with concrete. I carefully screwed in metal anchors, and securely. This opportunity enabled me to acquire these sturdy wooden posts, which are crafted from high-quality Douglas fir. These posts are meticulously planned and measure 9 centimeters in width, providing excellent support and durability for various construction needs. The Douglas fir material is known for its strength and resilience, making it an ideal choice for building robust structures. The beams, which are essential structural components, support the crossbeams that lie above and hold the terrace securely in place, and provide additional structural support. I think I have definitely overdone it with the statics and stability. I have the beams here, I have them there. The beams. I have another beam here. And I have the cross beams at the top. Maybe I can drive a tank around up there. That will likely hold. The material was there, so why should I throw it away? I'd rather incorporate it. The cross beams were securely screwed to the posts with heavy-duty brackets. And these are the reinforced angles with the fold. They specifically don't bend. Above that, the counter battens are very securely screwed on. This is also made of Douglas fir in the dimensions of approximately 40 x 60 mm. I carefully and precisely adjusted the height using the provided adjustment screws to ensure precision and accuracy, while maintaining balance and stability. This has the advantage that I can align the battens correctly everywhere, in a variety of different situations and conditions. The screws can compensate for several centimeters of height difference in order to achieve the desired level. The screws are thoroughly and completely screwed in, and then the wooden battens are carefully aligned using the precise spirit level, ensuring that absolutely everything is perfectly level and aligned. For this, I will absolutely and definitely not need any washers or anything similar for height adjustment, as it is not necessary. This is a nice thing. However, the downside is that these adjustment screws are relatively stable in the vertical direction. They can effectively absorb pressure from above, but indeed the pressure from the side can only be not very effectively dissipated. Ultimately, it's just a regular 10 mm screw. The construction is slightly wobbly to the left and right. To stabilize, I installed these rafter anchors for enhanced structural stability and additional support. These particular fastening brackets are most commonly used in the construction of roofs. They are available in extremely large quantities at a good price. I securely screwed these metal rafter anchors to both the left and right sides of the sturdy wooden beams. It holds really well. Nothing wobbles anymore. Very solid. In this project I took the initiative to apply WPC woods to the counter battens here. This choice was made to enhance the durability and appearance of the battens. WPC, or wood plastic composite, is favored for its strength and low maintenance. By using WPC, the counter battens are not. On my other WPC terrace I carefully and precisely screwed the boards directly to the wood. The screws go approximately 1 cm deep into the solid wood. At the beginning this initially holds very firmly and securely, providing a strong grip and ensuring stability. Over time the wood becomes brittle and the screws lose their grip and loosen. Therefore I very carefully and deliberately chose this specific and particular type of plastic to prevent this potential and possible problem. It is also significantly more humid here in this specific location than on the other terrace as a consequence of the pool. Here the plastic woods hold extremely well on the beams. Indeed. This is in stark contrast to the rest of the terrace. Here you can clearly see the retaining wall from the pool. As you can clearly see, I personally and very carefully poured it with concrete. I have formed my oval pool with formwork stones and laid reinforcement. Then I carefully and meticulously poured the whole thing by hand with concrete, ensuring even distribution. During the construction process I carefully secured the large wooden beams by screwing them into the concrete wall, which was between 20 to 40 centimeters thick. This step was vital to ensure the structure's stability and durability. The beams. Thus, essentially, all beams and all retaining walls are interconnected and securely screwed together in a manner that ensures stability and integrity. I carefully and meticulously screwed the beams together using these reliable and sturdy plate connectors, ensuring that absolutely nothing wobbles or shakes anymore, securely and firmly, ultimately achieving complete stability. This is what my pool terrace and the surrounding landscape looks like from below. The floor is carefully poured with concrete. and then it is left to set completely and thoroughly. Here on the side I made a core drill. A submersible pump is installed in the hole. The pump has an integrated switch that operates automatically, efficiently and reliably. As soon as the water begins to flow into the pit, it will immediately and effectively pump it away. Winter season I make sure to remove the pump from its usual position. This is a precautionary measure to prevent any damage that could be caused by frost. Frost can lead to expansion and potential cracks in the pump, which might result in expensive repairs. By doing this, I am protecting the pump and ensuring it continues to function well in the future. Now let's come to the conclusion. I draw a brief summary. I would definitely use plastic wood again. I would definitely use it again, and I would most certainly recommend it to others without any hesitation in the future. However, I tend to prefer WPC over BPC. I have had better experiences with WPC. Whether the problems with the BPC are due to the supplier or a faulty batch, I cannot assess that. I can only refer to what I have installed. Therefore, in my opinion, I would much rather prefer to use WPC instead of BPC in the future. As a result, the Douglas fir beams absolutely hold up. I would do it that way again, at the very least in the areas that are well ventilated. On the other terrace, I also used Douglas fir wood over 10 years ago. The large beams of the substructure, which are crucial for the overall stability and integrity of the construction, measure 170 x 50 mm in size. These beams, despite the passage of time and exposure to various environmental factors, are still holding up today. I can absolutely and without a doubt recommend that too, highly. I can also recommend the connectors, screws, plates and so on. I will put the links to the products used in the info box below. What I definitely cannot recommend are the WPC BPC woods for the counterbattens. I am truly very disappointed with them, and I would not build it that way again. In the future I will rely on a substructure made of important aluminum, like structure, maybe even a potentially complete, fully comprehensive, entirely holistic and all-encompassing system. It is low maintenance and significantly more stable. It will outlast me in any case. After careful consideration, I reached a conclusion regarding my pool terrace, which is constructed using a combination of Douglas fir and BPC, a composite material made from wood and plastic. The choice of Douglas fir was due to its natural durability and basically, I can, without any doubt, wholeheartedly and with full confidence, absolutely recommend this to you without any hesitation. Especially for the pool area, this wood is a dream. No splintering and absolutely low maintenance. It is wonderful to walk on it. They say barefoot wood in reference to this. I have also described the disadvantages and potential consequences to you. At this point, short and sweet, I am indeed glad that you tuned in. I am looking forward to your comments and your ideas again. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe so that my channel can continue to grow. Additionally, you won't miss any of my new videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and until next time.